It's me, Mrs. Williams, the woodland creature teacher. Speaking of creatures, we've got a few creatures to talk about today because we are going to be learning about habitats. You might be saying to yourself, Mrs. Williams, what? It's a habitat. A habitat is just a fancy word for an environment where an animal lives and gets all the things it needs to survive. Things like food, water, and shelter. It can be a large area or it can be a small area. And some animals even travel between habitats. The first habitat we're going to talk about today is the Arctic. Now, taking a look at our Arctic habitat, we see some frosty, freezy type of things. There's some blue, cold water here with some icebergs in it. Lots of snow and ice here. Now, it can get down to -30 in the Arctic. There would have to be a pretty hardy animal to survive in this climate. Let's think about what types of things an animal would have to survive there. Now, my starfish does like an aquatic habitat, but doesn't prefer those frosty, cold temperatures. This isn't the best home for our starfish. What about our camel? Our camel has large feet to travel in sand and doesn't love the cold temperatures. Camels can actually survive in daytime temperatures over 100 degrees. This isn't the right habitat for a camel. Now, let's think about our emperor penguin. Emperor penguins can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes while they fish for food. They prefer fish and crustaceans. They also have a thick layer of feathers and fat that insulates them from the cold. I'm thinking that we might have found the correct habitat for our penguin. Thumbs up if you agree. Well, now that we know a little bit about our emperor penguin and the Arctic, Mickey's gonna help to whisk us away from this frosty, cold climate. I'm grateful to be moving on to a warmer place. The Arctic is not my preferred habitat. This is the forest habitat. Taking a look at our forest, you can see some obvious differences right away. There are lots of green trees and shrubs, green grass and plants. There also is a pond in our forest habitat. Thinking about animals that might thrive in this habitat, would we put a starfish in this habitat? We do know that starfish are aquatic. But no, starfish prefer salt water, and this is fresh water. This can't be the right place for him. Let's check in with our deer. Thinking about our deer, they have long legs so that they can run quickly and hide from predators. They need trees, bushes, shrubs to bed down and hide in. They prefer to eat plants, and they need fresh water to survive. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. How are you feeling about this habitat for our deer? I agree with you. This is the perfect home for our deer. Now that we know a little bit about our forest habitat and what helps our deer to survive, we're moving on to a super steamy, baking hot habitat. Taking a look at our desert habitat, what do you notice? Yes, there's lots of sand, an open blue sky, and sunshine. You know that daytime temperatures in the desert can reach over 100 degrees and get down into the 20s at night. There are not a lot of plants and not a lot of water. Would our starfish feel at home here? Certainly not. Starfish need plenty of salty water to live their best life. Let's check in with our camel. The camel seems to be right at home here. Our camel has large feet to help it travel through the sand. It has a hump. Do you know what's inside of there? It's actually a store of fat to allow the camel to travel through the desert without food It can stay alive for over 20 days on just this fat stored in its hump. It also has extra large blood cells to store extra water in this hot, dry habitat. And last but not least, we have to find a home for our starfish. Here is our ocean habitat. We have plenty of salty water, fish, and crustaceans for our starfish to survive on. He feels right at home on the sandy bottom. I hope that you've had fun learning about habitats today and about the creatures that find those habitats home. Have fun and keep growing your brain. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is supported in part by